Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the Apex. Oh my goodness, we have a little mess up here. The Apex this iRacing League. We have a little technical difficulty there with the overlap. My apologies. We're back here at Sebrings with the GTE GT3 series. This is round 5 of season number 3, and the guys are just wrapping up the qualifying here. We're going to go down to the track here and take a look at what's going on down there. Right now we've got Dave Duino. He's currently sitting on the pole there. There's Corey Mitchell, currently third in his division. Right now we're showing about 24, 25 cars in the server here. Should be a good race tonight, folks. We had a great race last night with the C7DP cars. Some really hard battles going on last night, and I pretty much expect the same tonight. And while we're waiting for them to finish up qualifying, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the standings so far in this series. We'll look at the GTEs first. Corey Mitchell, he's leading the class with 60 points. Jeff Carollo in second. Dave Duino, who's been on a bit of a hot streak lately, in third. He actually is tied with Carollo. Bjorn Bench is fourth. Douglas Doucette, your top 5. Followed by Edu Vila, Joshua Penley, Caleb Lavender, Tommy Regan, Joseph Mayer, Darian Roy, Chris Leclerc, Michael McCoy in 13th, Dustin Burkhalter, Troy Banks, Eric Elkins, Brian Miles, Carlos Lopez, Daryl Washington, and Daryl Karp, your top 20. In the GT3 division, Jaron Haslam, who actually enjoyed a victory last night with the C7DP class series, is enjoying a healthy lead in that class. He's leading over second place Shane Hunter, followed by John Miller in third, Ismail Sierra, Jordan Johnson, Jordan Fisher, Christopher Perez, Andrew Rasmussen, Michael McCoy, and Adam Baltutis round out the top 10. And they're followed by Lincoln Russell, Stacy Dunnigan, Dustin Burkhalter, Kent Kruger, Chris James, Andres Garcia, Michael Dulling, Roger Johnson, John Stapp, Brandon Piper, Kenny Teal, and Troy Banks in this 22-car field. The session is the qualifying session has ended. I take that back. We have about 45 seconds to go. 45 seconds left in this qualifying session here. Corey Mitchell in the GTE division. He's currently running 5th there. Several drivers still on track. There's Kent Kruger. He was having some good battles last night in the C7DP class there, along with Bjorn Benches. There's Scott Page. He's had a little problem there going into the wall there, but he's currently 8th overall, 5th in class. And with qualifying is now over, we have several cars out there finishing their hot laps. As there's a countdown timer once the official session ends, it counts down to 0. I believe it's about 2 minutes there, and so we're waiting for everyone to get off track here. And finish their laps. There. There's Kruger. Troy Banks. Good to see Troy Banks back. He was here last night, and I don't know if he had problems or not, but didn't get to see the start. So hopefully he'll be there at the green flag tonight. Banks currently 12th overall, 5th in class. And just a few more cars still on track. Here's Kevin McKinnon. McKinnon actually hasn't posted a time yet, so he's not showing. He would probably be showing in 24th position right now, but if he were to get across the line, I don't know if he's going to get an official lap time in or not. He's at the bottom of the order right now. The ones you see on your screen have posted qualifying times. Let's see, John Stapp, he's still on track. Stapp, he does have a time already. He's currently showing 17th overall, 4th in class. And Stapp and McKinnon, McKinnon, and Mitchell are the only three still on track at this point. Well, there goes Stapp there, and that just about does it there. Everybody's that's going to try to put a time down. That will be it. And now we're getting ready to wait for the cars to come out on track here. We see folks starting to get on track from the pits. And here's your starting lineup for tonight. David Duino, he is your pole sitter, followed by William Granados, Ismael Sierra, Tommy Regan, Corey Mitchell in 5th, Dustin Burkhalter 6th, and 7th, Douglas Doucette. Scott Page 8th, Darian Roy 9th, Troy Banks rounds out the top 10. Then we have Joe Hanson Gates, Jeff Carollo in the 12th. And 13th, Jeremy Rhodes, Jaron Haslam, Lincoln Russell, John Johnson, Kent Kruger, John Stapp, Christopher Perez, Brandon Miles, Kenny Teal, 22nd position, Darrell Washington, 23rd, Kevin McKinnon, Brandon Piper in 24th. And yeah, that 24 cars, and that is it for the field. Pace car taking them off now. A very bright sunny day out there today. As the cars make their way around. Reno leading the pack again tonight. He's had some time up in the front here recently, for sure, and hoping to have another good showing tonight. Now this is the first class right here. Now we'll go back to Jeremy Rhodes. This is the second group right here. As they make their way around. We'll go back to the top of the field here. And the pace car is bringing the first group now, getting ready to go onto that long backstretch here after this one more turn coming up here. You notice how they swing out rather wide. You can see the racing line there. They swing out rather wide to get a good run down that backstretch. Dave Dorino and company. And the pace car is coming around now. We'll be coming off into the pits here, and we will be going green very, very shortly. And the pace car jots in.
Green.
We've got the green, and we're racing at Sebring. The first group is off. Dave Dorino with a good run down into turn one. Nice gap on the field. Your second group is now going green. Jeremy Rhodes leading his class into turn one. Also a good jump. You know, definitely opening up a pretty sizable lead there. Already over a half a second to Sierra, Ismael Sierra. The whole field is strung out rather nicely here. Oh, and Dorino spins. Oh, and it collects a few folks there. There's Tommy Regan also. And they're waiting for the traffic to go by, and then they get going. Oh, man. Wow, tragedy for Dorino. And Regan, he was just a sitting duck there. Nothing he could do about it. There's Tommy Regan. Now he's fell back. He's down amongst some of the GT3 cars. Definitely have a lot of work to go now. Your new leader, Ismael Sierra. Almost a full second lead over second place Corey Mitchell. Mitchell trying to reel him in. Oh, and we got somebody spinning in the background behind Mitchell. That was Dustin Burkhalter, I believe. Let's watch the replay here. He was trying to catch Mitchell. Got on it just a little too hard. Oh, and he did. Somebody caught his right front fender there. waiting for the field to go by. So many cars coming around that blind turn right there. You never really know exactly when to go. Burkhalter now in 5th place. 14th overall. Let's check back with your leader. Sierra, he hasn't gotten away from Mitchell at all. Now Scott Page, he's running 3rd. He definitely has some work to do, over 5 seconds behind Mitchell. Everybody's on nice brand new sticker tires here. As we saw last night, we did have a few folks had that rear end come around on them. We've just come out of the latest build for iRacing, and the cars have a new tire model. Now, I don't know if that applies to the cars in this series or not, but we'll see how their tires hold up throughout the race here. Mitchell starting to lose a bit of ground now to Sierra, almost a 1.5 seconds. But he's in a comfortable 2nd place there. Scott Page, he's 3rd overall. Having a nice battle there with Jeff Carollo. Boy, they're going side by side through these turns. They're not waiting for a straightaway. Carollo, he wants to battle now. There's Page. Oh, that almost looked like Carollo might have went around. He's getting a little loose there. Page trying to take advantage of that. Carollo under heavy pressure from Scott Page. While those two are battling, we just got a report Kent Kruger went off track. I'm not sure if this is him just coming back on or he already. Oh yeah, he's having little problems there. He came around there and just looped it. Currently, he's in the pits. We're going to go back up to our leader here. Sierra, yeah, he's that lap. The gap is coming down now. Coming down rather quickly there. It was over 2 seconds. Now it's 1.9. Let's check back with Carollo. Carollo and Page. Carollo's got a little bit of breathing room now. You saw him get a little loose there a couple of times. Over 1.5 seconds ahead of Scott Page now. Now Page himself is coming under fire from David Duino. And we know Duino, he's a hard charger for sure. These Porsches are really getting after it. Oh, that's a close battle there. Page looking to the left and to the right. I think he's got him. Duino's not going away though. Oh, and they come together. Oh man. Wow. This could be a barn burner, folks. This is the second pair of combatants we've seen either come together or just spin out while battling amongst each other. Let's see, Troy Banks. Now he's trying to catch Darian Roy. This is for 4th and 5th overall. Now we're showing somebody on, who is that? Somebody's on pit road there. There was Scott Page, I believe. And Troy Banks. Wow, and I just heard someone else wreck. I'm not sure who that was. Let's check with Ismael Sierra. He has no problems there. There's Corey Mitchell. Jeff Carollo, he's pretty clear. And Darian Roy. Clear sailing for Darian. Jeremy Rhodes now is on 5th place overall. Now that's the highest scoring Mercedes at this moment. No pressure from behind right now. He's got Jaron Haslam behind him. The winner from last night's C7DP race here at Sebring. Haslam trying to make it 2 in a row here. Starting to come under pressure now from David Duino. They ride along here with Duino. It looked like they've got some traffic. I'm about to go back and look and see if that's some traffic or is that some another battle for position up there. Let's go to a wide angle here. Let's open up our battle box here a little bit and see who's in front of these guys. Okay, Duino, he's running 3rd. He's got Darian Roy and Rhodes. Jeremy Rhodes in 1st place in their class. Let's look a little further back in the field. There's Dustin Burkhalter running 9th overall. He's got a bit of pressure now from McKinnon, Kevin McKinnon. He lost a little bit of ground there. Burkhalter has over a 2nd lead now. Trying to stretch it out to almost, he just got about a 2.5 seconds. Looks like Burkhalter is starting to pull away just a little bit. McKinnon does seem to be able to hold his own against Piper and Regan. Piper doesn't look like he's really closing in on him, maintaining a 2-second gap there, fluctuating between 2 and 2.5 seconds. Those little bobbles aren't going to help him, though. A lot of close racing all around the track now. Especially there's Piper. Piper, he's under a bit of, as he's under some pressure for Regan there. While they're battling, let's look up towards the front here. Jeremy Rhodes. He's extended his lead a little bit on Darian Roy, 1.2 seconds, now 1.3. The leader Ismael Sierra continues to lead, has a healthy lead now, over 6.5 seconds from second place, Corey Mitchell. Jeff Carollo just set down the fastest lap time of the race. Now Sierra, he's got that BMW out front, and that's the there's not another BMW in the top 5. Jaron Haslam, running 7th overall, is the next Beamer. So Sierra's got to battle those Porsches and Mercedes and an Audi all by himself there. There's a fairly good mix of cars in the field. Actually, not too many Ferraris from what I can see here. I see 2, and unfortunately, one of them, Lincoln Russell, he's retired from the event. Darrell Washington, he's not showing on the lead lap. Washington currently running 18th overall. Let's look back here at Corey Mitchell. Now looks like Darian Roy, he's coming under some pressure here. Let's see what's going on there. Dave Duino's getting a little closer. He's definitely putting some pressure on Roy now. That's a battle for 5th place overall. There's Duino right behind Roy. This is one of the series that is a 40-minute event. And we're 16 minutes into this already. Getting fairly close to the halfway point here. Looks like a bit of a 3-way battle there between Rhodes, Roy, and Duino. But Darren Haslam, he's about 6 seconds back from Duino. little further back in the field. Here's Jordan Johnson, running 10th overall. He's got Douglas Doucette and Kevin McKinnon behind him. Doucette's the biggest threat, however, just under a second. McKinnon's over 4 seconds back. Darian Roy continuing to hold off David Duino. And Jeremy Rhodes not far behind. We're going to jump up to the front here for a minute. Mitchell, he's coming under fire a little bit. I take that back. That's Washington, Darrell Washington. That's not for a battle for position there. Your leader, Ismael Sierra, handy lead, still over 6.5 seconds from second place Mitchell. He's got that BMW in the wind. And here's Duino. Trying hard to get past Darian Roy. Roy not making it easy for him. He's slinging that car around a bit, but he's keeping it on track. This is a very busy course. There's not, except for this long stretch here, and then the one start-finish line, not much of any place to even take half a breath. Drag race down this stretch here. Let's see, can Duino get to the corner in time? Not quite. Roy doing a good job of holding him off. Duino getting up alongside him now, though. Coming out to that start-finish line, I think Duino's going to get him. Let's see what happens going into turn one. I believe Roy has the better position, though. Duino taking that long outside line. And made it stick, folks. David Duino into third place overall. Now Roy, he's coming under pressure now from Jeremy Rhodes. Kind of hard to try to catch the guy in front of you when someone else is breathing down your neck. And Rhodes is right there. Rhodes is the highest running Mercedes at the moment. Running 6th overall. Look, McKinnon and is in the Brandon Piper are in the pits. Piper's now exiting the pits. Roy's got a little bit of breathing space now, just over a second. Here's Jaron Haslam. No pressure for him at all. Same for Doug Doucette. Let's look a little further back in the field here. Jordan Johnson running in, rounding out the top 10 there. Now Troy Banks, he's actually Troy Banks, he has retired, so we'll jump back up here. Dave Guino. Yeah, everybody's starting to get a little spaced out here. Kevin McKinnon, he's got Sierra right, not right behind him, but that's him in the distance there. Looks, I believe that's got a couple of more folks in the pits here. There's your leader, Christopher Perez. Perez is running 15th overall. Behind Perez is Corey Mitchell, actually your second place runner in tonight's event. Quite a ways to go though to catch Sierra though. Jeff Carollo, 3rd overall. Here's Brandon Piper. He's currently running in 16th position. And behind Piper, we've got there's David Duena. Long ways to go to get to Piper there. Darian Roy is 6 seconds behind. There's Roy. There's John Stapp. Stapp's currently running 17th overall. There's Tommy Regan. He was one of your front runners last night. Regan right now is running in 6th place overall. Let's see, behind Regan is Douglas Doucette. Let's see, Joe Hansen Gates, he's rounding out the top 10 overall. And everyone has pretty good cushion between them and the next car, whether it's a battle for position class or, you know, even if it's a lap car in front or behind. Let's look here at Jeff Carollo. Carollo's trying to catch McKinnon there. And Perez is a little closer to Carollo than Carollo is to McKinnon. I take that back. And now he's less than a second away. There's McKinnon in front. Of course, he's got Perez. Got a little bit more breathing room away from Perez there. Oh, and they're both going into the pits here. A lot of folks are pitting now. There's Hanson Gates exiting the pits. Now your leader, Sierra, he's in the pits now. Actually, just leaving the pits. He had such a good gap on the field. He's able to get in and out and retain first place. And you know, and I just saw a message here on Facebook from Bjorn Benches, and I just realized he's not in the race tonight. Bjorn's letting us know he's out of town, but glad you could hop in on the broadcast here, Bjorn. I know you wish you were here. A lot of action going on as always. Ismail Sierra continues to lead. That lead now is a little over 6 seconds, and it seems to be holding. He might be pulling away just a little bit. Let's take a bird's eye view here, see what we see. Let's go back to, I think we see Darian Roy there. Now he's got Jeremy Rhodes behind him. That's a battle for 7th position overall. Still over a second between Roy and Rhodes. Fourth place, Tommy Regan, he's on pit road. Sometimes it just feels like it takes an eternity to get down to that pit stall. Remember the good old days of Formula One back in the 60s, or I'd say like in the 70s and further back. They didn't have pit road speed limits back then. And they had a ton of people standing out on the pits as well. I tell you, it was really dangerous. Regan coming back out in P6. Pretty comfortable margin ahead of Rhodes. Take a look at Christopher Perez here. Perez is running 13th overall, 3rd in class. Well, these tires seem to be holding up pretty good. We don't see folks making a whole lot of, gaining a whole lot of headway on folks. Let's jump back here as Doug Doucette. Oh, just in time to see Doucette in the wall. He was starting to come under pressure from Stapp, I believe, and was able to continue on. Of course, now Doucette's in 6th place. Actually, that was Tommy Regan who was behind him in 5th overall, and obviously got by from that spin there. Let's see. No one's really too close right now. Brandon Piper, he's got a little bit of pressure going on there from Sierra. Actually, that's not pressure. That's your race leader getting ready to put him another lap down here. And he goes right on by there. Let's go back to Darian Roy here. He's trying to catch Darren Haslam. See a little further back in the field. Let's see who else we can find here. Let's go back to Mitchell. Corey Mitchell's got a little bit of a battle here with Jeff Carollo. Actually, he's got Brandon Piper right in front of him. Piper's not showing on the lead lap. There goes Mitchell by. See, Jeremy Rhodes here. He's running free and clear there. Riding along with Kevin McKinnon, currently 14th overall. See Perez in the distance there a little bit, but he's still over 2 seconds behind. Let's look at the lap times of the drivers here. Both Sierra and Carollo running in the 158s, 158.5 for Sierra, 158.6 for Carollo, and 2 minutes for Rhodes. See a lot of, as you go down through the field there, you see a lot of cars with very similar lap times. Say, like when you're looking at Johnson, Perez, McKinnon, Piper, well, particularly Johnson, Perez, and McKinnon, all 2-minute 2. Sierra gained 18 positions from the start. Mitchell 4. Corolla picked up 5. Dorino lost 1 position. Tommy Regan, he also has gained a lot, gained up 9 positions there. Riding along now with Dustin Burkhalter. Burkhalter 10th overall now. No pressure at all from Scott Page, running in 11th. There's Brandon Piper. There's Christopher Perez. That's a battle for 12th there. He's trying to catch Jordan Johnson. No pressure from behind for Perez. See, it looked like we see Darian Roy. Where is he at? They're got a little bit of a battle going on here. Roy and Burkhalter. This is the battle for 9th place overall. And they go down that long stretch there, longest straightaway on the circuit. Burkhalter trying to make a move here on the inside, drag race. Is he going to be able to complete that pass? And looks like he did it with ease. In fact, I don't know why Roy really backed out of it. Dustin Burkhalter now moves into 9th overall. Oh no! And for some reason, Burkhalter is pulled over. Did he run out of fuel, folks? Oh no, tragedy for Burkhalter. Man, can't wait to find that out. And as we've actually reached the 40-minute session there in Sierra. He is your winner. That's why Burkhalter pulled over, because the session, when we get so caught up in those some of those battles there and stuff. Ismael Sierra is your winner, folks. Ismael Sierra. Powerful performance tonight. And the field is this is the tradition that they have in Apex. They line up for the photo op there at the end of the race. Let's go ahead and show the overall finishing order here. Ismail Sierra, your winner. Corey Mitchell, second. Jeff Corolla, third. David Duino, fourth. Tommy Regan in fifth. Jeremy Rhodes, sixth. Jaron Haslam, seventh. Eighth place, Douglas Doucette. Dustin Burkhalter, ninth. Darian Roy rounds out your top 10, followed by Jordan Johnson and 11th. Christopher Perez, 12th. Scott Page, 13th and 14th. Kevin McKinnon, and 15th, Brandon Piper. Joe Hanson Gates, 16th. John Stapp, 17th. Daryl Washington, 18th. In 19th position, Troy Banks. Now, these are some retirements here. Brandon Miles, 20th. Lincoln Russell, 21st. Kent Kruger, William Granados, Kenny Teal round out the field there. Looking at the GTE division here, let's see. Corey Mitchell is your winner in the GTE division, followed by Jeff Carollo, David Duino, Douglas Doucette, Scott Page, Joe Hanson Gates, and William Granados. In the GT3 division, we have Jeremy Rhodes, Jaron Haslam, Christopher Perez, Kevin McKinnon, Brandon Piper, John Stapp, Daryl Washington, and Lincoln Russell for the GT3 division. Now there were several drivers there that they weren't showing in a particular class. I don't know why that was, but some of the guys we don't see in here too often though. But nevertheless, we still want to thank you for coming out tonight and checking out the race here with the GTE GT3 series. And don't forget to hit like and share, and also subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified of our next broadcast. And for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a happy evening.